Earth is surrounded by thousands of satellites, and this abundance is starting to crowd our space environment. But have you ever wondered what would happen if one of these satellites were to crash into a city, causing destruction? Is this a real concern? Well, in today's video, we are going to explore these questions and uncover the secrets of Point Nemo, the place where spacecrafts are sent to rest. Do you know what happens to satellites after they stop working? Well, most of them stay in space. But this is creating a problem, as for many years there has been accumulation of satellites in space, creating overcrowding. That even a minor collision can cause huge damage to working satellites, which will be a threat to humanity. So, scientists across the world needed to find a solution as soon as possible. One of the strategies is to decommission them. So, their orbits lower and they fall to Earth, where they can burn in the atmosphere. Here, one point to be kept in mind is that spacecrafts destined to be crashed never land at a specific point, but rather split into thousands of fragments as they enter the atmosphere, spilling debris in an oval-shaped footprint that can be dozens of miles wide and up to 1,000 miles long. So, the question is, where should they be guided to fall, which would cause the least damage? There are a very few locations on Earth where you can be certain that no debris will ever come in contact with anything or anyone. One such location is in Pacific Ocean, which is often referred to as Point Nemo. Point Nemo is named after a famous submarine sailor from Jules Verne's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. In Latin, Nemo means no one. Due to its location far from all human life and emerging land, the oceanic pole of inaccessibility is appropriately named Point Nemo. It was first discovered by a Croatian survey engineer Hrvoje Lukatela in 1992. You may be wondering, what is pole of inaccessibility? As the term suggests, it is a place where humans cannot reach easily. It is a place in the ocean that is farthest from the land. In fact, it is so far from any Earth location that the closest human to Point Nemo don't travel by boat. But they are the astronauts in the International Space Station who fly just under 400 kilometers above the zone. Space agencies are very familiar with Point Nemo. It is where decommissioned spacecrafts go to rest. Decommissioning is when a satellite has completed its mission and there is no more use for it. Then, the Mission Control Center sends a series of commands to shut down the instruments on board and sends it to its final orbit for disposal. When the Russian space station Mir was decommissioned, Point Nemo was chosen as a spot for it to crash land. To ensure the debris generated by its re-entry into the Earth's atmosphere didn't cause damage on land. As a result, a veritable space cemetery has been created over the years around Point Nemo. Do you know there are more than 260 spacecrafts that rest at Point Nemo? Some of the spacecrafts include several European Space Agency cargo ships, more than 140 Russian Soyuz spacecrafts, and the Soviet-era Mir space station. And one of the upcoming visitors will be a football field-sized International Space Station, which is destined to splash into the Pacific Ocean near Point Nemo sometime in 2031. But you might be wondering, won't this harm the marine life or have any environmental problems? Yes, it could have a bad influence on the environment, as some spacecraft use hydrogen as a fuel, which could result in polluting the ocean. But as Point Nemo is very far from the civilization, even marine life does not exist there, as nutrients do not reach this point properly. Also, spacecraft that crash at this point have almost no fuel left in them. So, it is fairly safe and the best option to crash land a satellite in Point Nemo. In the grand scheme of things, Point Nemo stands to be an extraordinary and captivating location, fulfilling a vital role in space exploration. It serves as both a final sanctuary for spacecraft that have dutifully served humanity and a secure haven that reduces the chances of space debris collisions.